In our book that we read today, we have seen how Wangari Maathai inspired a whole nation to work with determination toward a hopeful future. Now we are going to identify the brave, hopeful actions that Wangari had using evidence from the text. And we're going to infer or explore why Wangari showed determination and commitment to turn a hope into reality. She was not turned back by any setbacks. You are going to need your Making Hopeful Choices organizer. It is probably towards the back of your packet because I wasn't able to be with you live today. I switched the orders of the lessons just a bit. So flip towards the back of your packet and find your Making Hopeful Choices handout. Pause the video if you need to do this. Now, on your sheet, it says something about Bobby from Bobby the Brave. We have not read that book yet. We're actually going to start that next week. So we are not going to be doing this column on the organizer. So you see I just kind of covered mine with an orange block. You can just cross it out. So we're going to be looking at Wangari. We're going to be thinking about a hopeful choice that Wangari made and why did this choice show determination. Remember, determination is really similar to perseverance, sticking with something even though it's really tough. So I'm thinking about how Wangari taught local women to understand her hopeful vision and how to plant trees, even though it was difficult to find water for the new trees. If you need to, pause the video so you can get that copied down. So, I thought about a hopeful choice that Wangari made, how she really wanted to help Kenyans be able to live off the land, and she taught local women how to understand her vision about how planting trees could help them. Now I have to think about why this choice showed determination, and a synonym I think of for determination is perseverance. I would say that this choice showed determination because Wangari and the woman she taught showed determination because they were willing to dig deep to find water and keep trying, even after almost all of Wangari's backyard seedlings died. It's really easy when you try something new the first time to just have it not go well and want to give up. And that happened with Wangari. She tried to plant trees in her backyard and those seedlings all died. But instead of giving up, her and the local woman brainstormed and they thought about how they could keep digging deeper to try to find that water in the soil, even though they failed at their first try. If you need to, pause the video so you can get this copied down. So another set of hopeful people that were in planting the trees of Kenya were the people who joined Wangari on her mission to plant the trees. I want you to think about those people who joined Wangari on her mission, and I want you to think about what is a hopeful choice that those people made. Pause the video if you need to reflect. So I'm thinking about how those people who joined Wangari on her mission to plant the trees, they still stuck with it even though it didn't go well the first time. And I'm thinking of specifically the soldiers. So I'm thinking about how the soldiers were hopeful that they could help their country by planting trees. So you might remember the part of the book where Wangari is talking to the soldiers and she tells them, and I thought this was really powerful, you should hold the gun in your right hand and a tree seedling in your left. That's when you become a good soldier. So I think in order for the soldiers to take her advice, it's probably was really going against what they had ever been taught before. And it was really cool and hopeful that they thought, you know what, the only way to help our country is not just by, using our force, using our guns. We can do other things to help our country just as much. So I thought that that was a really hopeful choice that they made, that they could still help the country just by doing something that seems as simple as planting trees. Now I have to think about why that choice showed determination. I would say that that choice showed determination because, as I was speaking about before, the soldiers went against what they had believed, that the only way to make change was with guns, and still supported Wangari on her mission. It can be really hard to persevere and stick with something if it's brand new to you or if it's something that goes against a belief that you've had for a really long time. It really takes determination to change your mindset. If needed, pause the video so you can get that copied down. All right, now I want you on your own to try to think of another group of people who joined Wangari on her mission to plant the trees. I specifically talked about the soldiers. You might want to talk about some of the women or the children that helped her. And I want you on your own organizer to think about what was a hopeful choice that that group made and why this choice showed determination.